Hi guys, welcome back. Today we've got a little bit of a special edition today. We're actually reviewing the Bowflex Extreme 2 SE and comparing it with the BioForce. And you know I've done quite a few videos on the BioForce, so let's give this Bowflex an unbiased opinion, hey? And we'll just compare the features of both. So you know the BioForce already has the two nitrogen filled cylinders which compress when you do a leg extension, lat pull or whatever, and you can select the poundage just by sliding that, which is a great feature compared to the Bowflex. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit. So a little bit different. You have your rear cables and a hook. Slide that down. Just like to keep a strap around these just to stop them getting droopy. Don't want to get droopy, do we guys? So all you do is you bend one of these nylon bars over and you hook your, that's a 50 pound, that's a 30 pound supposedly. Let's put that's a 30 and a 50, so that's supposed to be 80. And the same this side. So a little bit of mucking around, but not too much while. So similar to the BioForce, have hanging hooks for your lap bar. Just pops out, comes off the two pulleys there. We'll just give that a go. Seat comes off as well. So you can drop the seat too, so if you're tall and you want to get a good stretch, you can get a bit lower if you want to. And you can see the bars behind bending are similar to the BioForce, except it uses gas cylinders. Let's do the same on the BioForce. I got to tell you though, straight away I noticed the resistance in pounds on the Bowflex is a lot weaker, and it could be because it's an old machine and it's been worn and the bars are a bit loose. I mean, and you can upgrade it, you can get extra bars in the front, extra bars at the back, so it's not a bad thing. But I noticed there's a big difference. So if I put this on 80 pounds aside here, I'm going to have trouble, but we'll try. And you can see there's a big difference in resistance. But like I said, it is upgradable, the Bowflex, so don't let that put you off. Let's have a look now at maybe some bench pressing. So similar to the BioForce, you have the two handles here, which you can bring further and further out to do flights. Yep. And you know, so just flat bench pressing simulates flat bench pressing, but that's not 80 pounds per side. That's more 40 or 50 pounds per side. But, you know, it's okay. I just select some more rods to make it a bit harder. And then if you want to do flies, just slide this out to the end one. Goes quite wide really. It's quite good for flies. I only got this yesterday. It took me ages to put it together. And it weighs a ton. It weighs a hell of a lot more than the BioForce. So that's one bad thing, but it is built solid as a rock. It's like a tank, this thing. Apart from those bars, there's nothing wrong with it. So for flies, it's good. So there's one good thing about this, you don't have to keep changing the cables everywhere like you do with the BioForce. So the cables are already here. For me to do the same exercise on the BioForce, I need to, let me have a look, disconnect these and pop this up. Like that. And bring these pulleys up to here. And pop a couple of handles on. But that's okay. So I'm not going to put that on 80 pounds, I'll never move it. Let's put it on about 50 each side to see how we go. Even that's too much. So it just shows you how they work out the poundage on that's a lot of difference. And slightly narrower here because I noticed my hands were right out over there on the Bowflex, so it's a little bit narrower, but still. So that's 30 on here, which is about almost the same as that 80 on the Bowflex. Still, it'll still give you a good workout day. Now let's have a look. So we'll try some. We can do some. One good thing about it is you can bring these out here and do some crossovers, which is a little bit wider than the BioForce. You can see the BioForce is quite narrow there, but still you can do them. Let's go back over here, have a quick look. I'll just leave that off, I get in the way. hang it up on the floor where it belongs. And another thing, it comes with some lower handles as well, and you can pull these apart and you can put your feet in there and do some adductor exercises with your legs, help your glutes. Or you can do seated rows apparently, but I haven't tried that yet. As I said, I only got it yesterday, so still playing games. It's quite wide there. I'll pinch these handles. You don't really need two carabiners, but they're there. So we'll pop the. I won't pop the seat off yet because I want to get to that after. So for crossovers, it's nice and wide. Give your pecs a good squeeze. And there's another 3 rods on each side. I think there's what we got left. I'm pretty sure one's a 10 and then there's 2 5, so another 20 pounds, but I doubt if there's 20 pounds there. It depends on how you configure your cables also. By putting the pulleys further out on the opposite exercise or on the opposite end of the cable, you get more tension on it. So if I was to pull the leg press, the leg extension cables out towards the sides, that would tighten this up even more and put a bit more tension on it. But you can also, if you slide this band up to around here, it really almost doubles the pressure. So you can play with it to get it as much resistance as you want. What else can I show you on this? Oh, something I liked. I've just got to take the weight off. It's not too much mucking around. It's a bit of mucking around, but you know, it's not too bad. You just got to leave yourself enough room to walk around it. And bend these bars down to get the hooks out. Right there for now. So what I like also, I don't think you can do this on the BioForce, but see this little bar up here? It holds these. So you just move these up. Put my tension back again. Oh, now I'll leave it on that. Might be a bit much because it's for abs. You don't really need a lot for abs. And you got to remember that it's not actually pulling the bars down, it's pulling them into a bow. So that's where it's getting its tension from. I lost me bit. Where is it? Alright, I've lost it. Found it. Stop looking. Oops. Now I need these other things that I pinched. One on here. One on here. Alright, now we're going to do some crunches. Sit that over your shoulders. And you can really feel your abs and your core tight. I was doing this a little bit yesterday and I was still a bit sore from it. So that's a bit unique, so I like that side of it. You can't really do that with the BioForce. It doesn't have, I mean, this would probably be a bit low, or you might be able to do it from up there. But generally on the BioForce, I normally kneel on the ground and just use a rope, put a rope down, or I've got some long cuffs with, you know, on a sash that I can do that with, so you can still do it. So it's just that that's very convenient having that set up like that. So I like that. It's one good thing about it. Legs I found a little bit in the weak side. I mean, it's okay. I don't have handles. I like handles. I'm used to the handles on the BioForce. I mean, that's nowhere near 80 pounds per side, but you can increase it sliding this along. I'll get off and do it. I think about the second one along, otherwise your foot gets caught on the cable. Try that, and that seems to put enough bow in it towards the bottom of the bow, and it's more tension. Right, so that makes a big difference already. But there's one little trick you can do with a band. I'll show you how I did that yesterday. Just trying it, still playing games with it. So what I did was I found it was a bit weak even before I decided to change it around. So you notice those pegs on the back there. Those pegs are where you can adjust the seat height. way did I go? Under there, I think. I think that's what I did. Let's have a look. Yeah, feels good. Oh! Oh! See, they can little modifications and you can change it all up, so it's very, very strong. And I still got another 3 bars on each side to use up yet. I haven't tried leg curls, but I don't want that much weight on it. So leg curls, let me see. I do this on the BioForce, so I'm going to try it on this one. So one leg in here. I'll hold on to here. Not going to be too much tension on that, but just for demonstration purposes, it works. So there you go. That's a bit of a quick rundown on how it works. Let's try the seated cable, seated cable pulls, or seated rows. That's what I'm trying to say. Since I had COVID, my brain's not working too good. Sorry about that, fellas. It's either that or I'm getting old. So rather than try and unhook everything from this end, just take the tension off the bows. And that's the downside of it. Always mucking around with them bows, but you know, they've got their good and their bad points. Pull the seat off, just pull the pin out, lift it off. Same as the BioForce, virtually the same as the BioForce as far as that respect goes. So we'll pop these, hang on, see what I'm doing. We'll slide these out. There's my hole. There's a strap. There's a handle. Another handle. Yeah. Now we've got to adjust a couple of bows again. But this will give you a bit of an idea if you're thinking about getting a Bowflex or a BioForce, you know, which one you want to get, because I didn't buy this because I wanted another machine. This is actually going to another place. Going up to my boat shed. About 4 hours away up the coast, so I just wanted something to stick in the boat shed that wasn't too difficult to transport. but I'm going to have to rip it all apart again. And lucky there's some YouTube videos that's by Bowflex put out to show you how to assemble it. I would have been lost otherwise. Alright, let's try our seated rows. Now you could get a D handle and hook it together quite easily, but you've got something to put your feet on, which is good. You can get a good stretch. It's pretty good. A bit more poundage though, but then I'm pretty sure you could hang some elastic straps off the top onto those bows and give you a lot more poundage as well. There's apparently the rods for them are quite expensive, but there's places around that sell plain nylon rod. All you got to do is cut a little slot in the bottom, because when they go in there's a slot that stops them spinning. So you pop a little slot in the bottom with a hacksaw and they just screw in the bottom. So what I did with this, because they were slightly leaning out, they're already bent a bit, I took them out, spun them around so they were actually bowing back that way, which made them a little bit stiffer, which is good. Always good to have them a bit stiffer. Alright. Biceps, same sort of thing, using the lower pulleys. Oh. See how that's wait. Watch it. Watch here. You can see the bows are bottoming out. Not quite enough to bring it up, so all you got to do there, give you a bit more length and slide them along a bit. Now you got another two spots to put it after this. So. Plenty of room. Alright, let's have a look again. I'm going to move it one more. You can do squats on that because the cables are quite low, so you can get on there and do some squats too. Actually, let's put it all the way down here. I probably went too far now, probably too long. Let's try that, see how far we can go. That's better. And I think if you probably lean back too, you'd probably get a bit more travel. Oh yeah. Oh. So BioForce, same exercise. But all you need to do is bring these down to here. Either this one or this one. Whoop, just had a flat battery there, back again. So like I was saying, what happened was when COVID hit and we went into lockdown, gyms were shut, so guys everyone just went out and bought gym equipment, and it all went up. It was crazy. Couldn't get gym gear, so everything was almost twice the price. So a lot of guys bought gyms, they put them in their garages, they, you know, put them wherever they could fit them, kitchens, dining rooms, whatever, because they couldn't go to a gym, so they bought their own home gyms. And then, once the lockdowns were over, they just went back to their normal gym memberships and went to the gyms, and they just don't use the equipment at home. So you'll see quite a lot of it now, you know, on the marketplace, quite cheap, because they're just sick of it being there. They need the space for their cars, or their wives are cracking up and saying, I want my dining room back. So that's how I picked that up, really, really cheap. And like I said, it's not staying here. I just assembled it so I could make a video, compare the two. So if you guys are out there, you're going to pick up one of these second-hand gyms, there's more Bowflexes available than there is BioForces. BioForces are really hard to get. You know, I prefer the BioForce, but if I couldn't get one, I'd get that, because it's got its good features. I like the ab crunch. I like the wide pulleys at the top for doing cable crossovers, and I like the width on the bar for doing flies, and I like this seated row attachment. The only thing I don't like is the actual bows, but you know, I'm sure if we picked up some nylon, there's plenty of nylon extrusion companies around who wouldn't buy the bows from Bowflex because they're extremely expensive. But you know, you can, like I said, you can buy that extruded nylon for about $25 a piece, which isn't too bad. Because when they first come out, they would have been a good 50-pound pull on one of those bars, which would have made it quite a good machine. That'd be 210 pound all up. It's not too bad. But if there's two spaces in the front. I don't know if I can show you that. I'll point to it. There's two spare spaces in the front for another 50 pound, and there's actually a block that sits in the groove on the back, which will give you another two. So I think you can get it up to about 410 or something like that, if you put in those extra bars. But you know, that's going to be a lot of weight to pull, because like I said, you can increase that tension by spreading out the bar, the pulleys, and tensioning the cable. Overall, I like it. I'm glad I got it. It'll give me something to do up at the boat shed, besides just a couple of weights and a bench. And I'll tell you what, it'd be good just for warming up as well, before you started lifting heavy weight, because it'll warm your body. I'm really hot now, and it's only 18 degrees today, but I'm hooking. And the same with the BioForce. If you can get a BioForce, get a BioForce. Just because of its easy moved around. You can fold the arms down. You know, if you want to put it away in the corner or something, most of it's aluminium. I'm sure it is. Yeah, that's aluminium. I've actually stripped that down and painted it, and it's really light. This thing is, like I said, built like a brick shithouse, so you're not going to break it. And considering those things were, I think you can still buy them up around almost $3,000 for a new one, this particular model. So there's some on Marketplace. I was lucky, I picked this up for $100. Can you believe that? I couldn't even buy a couple of replacement pulleys for that price. And I've seen them 250, 750, 1500. You just got to have a look at the bows, make sure they're not hanging out like that without any weight on. They actually slowly return back up. But if they're hanging out already, bent over, they're pretty well shot. So just keep that in mind. You want to pay really cheap for that, because then you're going to have to buy rods. But that's not too bad. You can see them creeping back up, which is good. But overall, it's a good machine. I like it. But my pick is still the BioForce. Sorry guys, but I recommend the BioForce. But in saying that, if you can't get one, get the Bowflex. The good thing about them is you don't have a stack of weights to move. With stack weight machines, when you pull them apart and move them, oh man, it's so cumbersome, so heavy. You can strip this one down if you just need an Allen key, take it all apart, and you can flat pack it into your back of your truck or your SUV or whatever. You don't even need a trailer. But if you can get a trailer, two of you should be able to manhandle it onto a trailer. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you all got something out of this. It's been great reviewing the two, comparing them. So that's about all for today. Have a good week. It's my first day back at work after COVID and a holiday. Thanks for all your nice thoughts you're sending through, guys. Makes a difference. Thanks for everyone subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. There's thousands and thousands of views every day, but only 1 or 2 subscribers, so it helped me out a real lot if you did subscribe. Have a good week guys. See you next time. I'll make a video using that Bowflex when I get up to the boat shed, I'm sure. Anyway, have a good week. Over and out.